I'd like to welcome everybody to this evening's Cepeda Zoom meeting. We do this every Monday night with a focus on the product. And then every Wednesday night, the Cepeda team has a similar Zoom meeting, same meeting number, same time, but that's on the business side of Isagenix. Tonight, we're going to talk mostly about the product. This is a picture of Kathy Coover, and this slide talks about integrity. We remain steadfast in our commitment to always do the right thing the right way. The statements in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Isagenix products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results not typical, weight loss, muscle gain, lifestyle, and other results depicted in this presentation reflect exceptional experience of Isagenix customers and should not be construed as typical or average. And I'm going to let you read the rest of that on your own. You can actually pause this if you're watching the recording. But we take compliance very, very seriously here. So the stories you're about to hear are real-life experiences, and we want to follow these rules. The results may vary with individual effort, body composition, eating patterns, time, and other factors, such as genetic and psychological makeup. In a study performed in 2012 by the University of Illinois Chicago researchers, subjects lost an average of 9 pounds after 30 days on an Isagenix system. Importantly, the subjects also had a greater level of adherence and had more consistent weight loss from week to week compared to students on a traditional diet. So that is our disclaimer, and it's very, very important. It's my pleasure now to introduce you to our first guest speaker tonight. He happens to be my enroller and coach in the business. His name is Michael Wiedder. We have a past together, and he's one of my best friends. You're going to hear that several times because a lot of my best friends are now part of the business with me. And so, Michael, if you would take it away and kind of share your perspective and your story. Go ahead. We can hear you now.
Can you hear me, Chuck?
Yes, sir.
Terrific. Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share tonight. My story is basically with Isagenix is, I had heard about the products of Isagenix. I've been aware of Isagenix since they started, actually. I've been involved in the network marketing industry for more than a couple decades on a number of different fronts, both as, I've been a distributor, I've been an investor, I've been a consultant, I've been a company owner, so I've been aware of Isagenix. I've been aware of their products over the years. It wasn't until really January 31st or the end of January last year that I got involved with the company. At the time, I was, 226 pounds. With the company, I've been able to get down to 200 pounds, so I've lost or released 26 pounds. But I will tell you, I've been on diets before. I've been in situations where I've tried different things. For me, what I love about Isagenix is that it's really become a lifestyle for me. And not only have I been able to use the products with great efficacy, not just the weight loss products or the weight management products, but also I use the athletic performance products. I love the Nox. I love the new Nitro. I love the E-Shots. The shakes are a staple for me. I love the shakes. I put the greens in the shakes. I also put the new Heart Health in the shakes as well. It's just become a lifestyle for me. And the great thing is that, I can go on my binge weekends where I'll go and, a 2 to 3 pound weekend. And I know I can come right back to Isagenix and drop it right away. And so my health has never been better. And that's what I love about this company. I absolutely love their products. When I decided to get involved from a business standpoint, the reality is, most network marketing companies will go out of business within their first 5 years, about 95% of them. Isagenix, I think, is not only a legacy company in the network marketing space, but I also knew that Isagenix was a company that I could just share my results, share my stories, share the products, be able to help people, be able to achieve their goals and results, and then, also be able to make a really, really good, income by being able to do that. I knew that this company is going to be around for the rest of my life. So it's just a matter of basically building it one time and then being able to create a residual income that lasts the rest of your life. And for those of you that basically maybe have been around in the network marketing space, or this is your first company, I can't tell you how blessed you are to have found Isagenix really as your first company or as the company that you've decided that you want to plant your flag with. because this is a legacy company. It's definitely one of the best, if not the best in the whole industry. They continue to get better and better every year, each and every year. Their products become better, they get better, their tools become better. And for me, you know, it's somewhere that I'm going to be the rest of my life. And I'm just grateful to Jim and Kathy and that they've created this company, and also grateful to Herb and Patty and the leadership that they've provided for our team. So that's my testimonial. Thanks, Chuck. I appreciate the ability to be able to share.
Michael, we appreciate you getting us kicked off tonight. And now I want to go to Michigan for Farmer John. He's kind of famous in Isagenix already, and he's just getting started. So Farmer John, I don't want to take any of your time. Take it away, sir.
Yes, I appreciate you having me on tonight. I'm a third-generation farmer from Michigan. Our family farm has been in our family for 99 years. And if you'll advance the slides there, Chuck, farmers, right now, we're trying to feed 150 people per farm. And that's quite an increase from 1950. We're at about 20 people per farm and expected to be about 300 people per farm by 2050. So we are always on the move to try and find better ways to produce more food. In the first picture there that Chuck had up is actually a picture of us doing our wheat harvest. And the wheat protein, it can't be broken down by the human digestive system. That's something that I have a real issue with. It's called gluten intolerance. It causes inflammation of my gut, and it leads to lots of diseases and inflammation in the body. That's something that has been a real godsend for me in this company. I cannot continue to take in all the wheat products out there. And in doing that, this system has allowed me to regain my health. I was to the point where I had lost my muscle strength. I had inflammation in joints. I actually was to the point where I couldn't even get up from underneath a pickup truck or a piece of equipment. So by going to this system, I've now gained all that back, and I feel so much better than I have in probably 8 or 10 years. This slide here depicts the history of the soil depletion, not only in the U.S., but all over the world. Minerals have been depleted out of soils because we keep growing plants out of the soil over and over and over. And it takes like 50 bowls of spinach today to equal what we did just 40 years ago. So there's so much more food that we would need to consume to get the same nutrients. So that's why it's very important that we need to look at supplementing our diets with the essential nutrients that we need every day to keep our bodies healthy. So if Chuck, go to the next slide. Food nutrition, food mineral levels on the left-hand side of this screen show the declining over the last 90 years. Versus if you look on the right-hand side, you'll see the incidence of disease per 1,000 people. As the minerals have been going down, the diseases have been going up. In the next slide, the food processors are continuing to keep adding chemicals to our processed foods. And that's for shelf preservation. It alters the taste. It increases the consumption by the consumer. And it's an increase of profits for the companies. And by adding all these chemicals, they've been stripping the nutrients from our basic product that we raise. And it changes the way we cook our food today. We increase the free radicals. And those free radicals in our body is what leads us to stress in the body, which increases the disease that we're seeing today. So it's very important that we all nutrify our bodies with supplementation. And this system here with Isagenix has gotten it right. I couldn't be more happy with what we have here, and they continue to bring us more products to strengthen ourselves. Back to you, Chuck.
There we go. Now you can hear me. I've unmuted myself. And Farmer John, we really appreciate your insights. This next speaker really doesn't need an introduction to anybody who's been involved in Isagenix for a while, but for our guest, this is Stan Jagow. And believe it or not, this is his before picture. Stan, why would somebody as fit as you be interested in Isagenix, sir?
Well, Chuck, that's a great question. You know, thank you for having me on here today. The reason that people that are fit want to be involved with Isagenix, and before I get started into that process, into the couple minutes that I have here to share with people tonight, you know, I've spent 25 years in the health and fitness industry as a professional trainer and as a nutritionist. Why do people want this? Is because, just like Farmer John said, is you can't get the nutrients that the body requires for cell life from other things that we eat. We get protein, carbs, and fat. And so what Isagenix has done with their system that is just remarkable is that they've made it so that it is cost. See, there's three reasons why people decide to eat in the first place. One is cost. The second one is convenience. And the third is taste. And Isagenix system, I know every company that's out here. Now, the company products change and the formulas change, but because of my line of work, it's very important for me to understand all the things that happen with the nutrition in the human body and how well that the body performs when it gets the right information. So when you can take a complete system that works with 90% of America, and it can help with the cost, you know, to have a meal replacement program that's customized for what your goals are looking for in this, with this Isagenix system. The cost is less than $4 a day when you look at this with the meal replacements. And you look at the convenience, it's just a matter of learning how to prepare your meals and plan ahead of time. And then the taste is absolutely phenomenal. So that, you know, with Isagenix system, it's actually taking care of the three major reasons why people eat in the first place. But the nutrients, the 90 nutrients that the body must have on a daily basis, are all formulated in this program. Now, Chuck, I don't see the picture for some reason. Maybe I'm missing it. There it is. Okay. These are your 4 core products that are up in front of you on the screen. This company was formulated by the first process of the Cleanse for Life. That is their cornerstone product in the industry. You can find videos and a lot of supportive information that explain the ingredients. You can go to isaproducts.com. You can go to isagenixhealth.net, and you can have information on every one of these products that you see in front of you. I can tell you the breakdown, and I can go through all the reasons why these are the most essential products that you could ever find for the human body that are available to us today. But understand this, Isagenix has made this very simple and easy to work with. It's taken all the junk out of our lives and put all the good ingredients in so that our lives know how to thrive. Our bodies know how to thrive. We're not healing. We're not making any claims like you mentioned in the beginning. Nor Isagenix nor myself makes any of these claims, treatments, cures. I can tell you, though, when the body gets the right nutrients, it gets the right information, the body becomes the miracle, Chuck.
Well, Stan, thank you very much. I do want to be clear here that even though we talk about these 5 core products, there are over 60 products here in the U.S. market and multiple products that are not shown here, but these are the core products right here. Now, let's go. Oh, this is myself here. My transformation on the far left, that picture is actually a little before I got involved in Isagenix. The middle picture is after I used the weight loss system and lost my belly, lost the belly fat, felt great, had more energy. And then about 6 months ago, my wife and I actually started working out. So before Isagenix, I had no craving for nutrition. I had no craving for exercise. Since nutrition, I crave both exercise and good nutrition. On the compensation plan, we're not going to go into any details really tonight. We're going to cover that Wednesday evening. But I do want to tell you, as a guest during the call or watch this recording, it's quite simple to get your products paid for. It's a simple process called you share, they share, repeat. You share, they share, repeat. So if you share with a couple new customers who happen to buy a value pack, we'll talk more about the packs at the end of the call tonight, you're going to earn a total of $900 if you do a you share, they share in your first 60 days as an associate. So again, we got a lot more details on this. We got whole videos on this. I just want you to know as you're watching this, don't let cost be a factor at all. First of all, like Stan said, It doesn't cost much to go first class and get high level nutrition. Second of all, we can show you a way by referring a few other people to get it paid for. I now want to go out to the West Coast again. Great leader, Kwangsoo Shin. I don't want to take any of your time, sir. Take it away. We look forward to hearing from you. I loved your training last night.
Thank you. Thanks for letting me speak here. I don't consider myself a networker. I'm more a business person, I guess. I started my business when I was junior in college, and I had ups and downs. That's part of being having your own business. And every time I'm down a little bit on business, I get introduced to this network marketing. So I have a couple of experiences before I joined Isagenix. So 1995, I joined a company called Nu Skin. I helped them open Korea, and I did really well. I made $1 million first year. Did really good, and then the whole country, the Korea, went bankrupt, like what happened in Greece. So the currency fluctuated, and stuff that cost $10 that would cost $50, $60. So the business ended. So I stayed away from the industry for a while, about 20 years, because although I was really super successful, I really didn't like the way I made money, because in their compensation system, I had 1,000 executives. Executives are people who want to be in business. In order to maintain your spot, you had to do at minimum of $2,000 to $3,000 a month. And if you don't do that for 2 months in a row, you're out. So if you have 100 people under you, and if you don't maintain it, the minimum for two months, you're out. You got to start from the bottom again. So, when I quit my business, I was very successful. And, I made a couple $1 million. I was very happy. But then people that are with me, they looked happy. But then at the end, they were, in debts and all kinds of problems because they had to maintain it. So I had 1,000 people doing $3,000 a month. That's $3 million a month. And 5% is $150,000 a month. That's great income for me. But all these people that are doing $3,000 a month weren't doing it. So I didn't feel good about that. So I've stayed away for about 20 years. And then, 2008, a lot of business owners are hurting, and, I got hurt too. So a friend of mine asked me to look at the company called Nerium, and they're going to go to Korea, and I had experience. So I started that. And again, I did really good. In the first months, I brought in like 20,000 people, but the company couldn't deliver the product. So I didn't do well there either. So when I found Isagenix, I wasn't going to do any more network marketing, but when I saw Isagenix, I had to go in. So it was all about business, all about money. I didn't really care about the product. You know why? Because they have 600,000 loyal customers and almost $1 billion in sales. I mean, the product has to be, whether I like it or not, it wasn't an issue because I was in the business. I don't have to really like this product to get in this business. It's more important that other people like it, right? So I got in, but then, because I'm in the business, I'm using the product. And look, I mean, I had all my business life, I was entertaining customers, eating, drinking. So not only my pot belly is big, my weight was 40, whatever, my glucose just out of whack, my cholesterol's out of whack. I mean, I was not healthy. I was not a healthy person. So when I started Isagenix, I started watching what I eat, and I had to study the product and why this thing's helping other customers. So it made me aware of a lot of stuff that I didn't know. So obviously my daily diet improved, and the picture on the right is me now. So it just helped me health. I'm healthier. I don't really care about the weight I'm losing. I'm much healthier, and also thank God for that performance product. I can play tennis 5-6 times a week and without any pain. So that's my story. At the end of the day, the business matters and will sustain if there are enough people liking the product voluntarily basis, right? So I do believe we have a product that does that, and I am super confident that this will survive, and I will retire with Isagenix. Thank you very much, Chuck.
Thank you, Kwangsoo. So Kwangsoo covered the product, but also the timing of the marketplace here. Michael Wiedder, our first speaker, talked about the company. John also talked about the products, and so did Stan. I talked about the compensation plan a little bit. We're now just going through some testimonials, and I want to start with these from People Magazine. I got the privilege of meeting both these ladies recently in Phoenix. Phenomenal stories. The lady on the left, Robin James, lost 280 pounds. The lady on the right lost 439 pounds. Again, great testimonies, but I really don't know these ladies. So let's talk about people we know. This is Pam Benjamin from Chicago, a friend of mine and Diane's for over a decade. Pam, tell us your story real quick. I know you're excited about the results you've gotten.
Oh, beyond excited. And I know my story is, especially at the beginning of my story, is really going to strike a nerve with particularly the ladies on the call. About 8 years ago, it seemed like overnight I gained 20 pounds. Now, gaining the weight is one thing, and going up 3 dress sizes is another thing. But when you're a person small in stature to begin with, it's particularly traumatic. My self-confidence really took a hit, and my self-esteem was just in the pits. When I heard about Isagenix about a year ago, I had really basically resigned myself to being fluffy for the rest of my life. And yet I decided after talking to Chuck to give it one more try. I felt like my body had betrayed me, but I figured, what do I have to lose except the weight? So I did try Isagenix. It's been almost a year now. And within a matter of days, I had dropped 8 pounds. And within a matter of weeks, the whole 20 pounds was absolutely gone. Now, that in and of itself is a great story, and I was delighted. But it even gets better than that, because the Isagenix products spare lean muscle and target fat, which takes up more room on your body. When I dropped those 20 pounds, I didn't go down 3 dress sizes. I went down 4 dress sizes. So needless to say, I was beside myself with joy, and I have kept it off now for about 9 months, and I intend to stay keeping it off. And it's easy, because anytime you go up a couple of pounds, you just turn around and drink a couple of shakes a day, and within a couple of days, or, whatever it takes, it's gone again. So I'm giving away all of my fat clothes. And thanks, Chuck. I'm really glad to be on here, and I'm just delighted.
That's funny. I gave away all my heavy set clothes, too. Let's go out to California again. Sinch Park. Sinch, tell us your story, buddy.
Oh, hey, Chuck. Thanks for having me on the call. As you could see from the picture, I thought that I didn't need to really work on my nutrition or diet or health, because I was exercising regularly. I thought I was eating well, but when I looked at that picture, I was like, no way, that was me. I've been on the Isagenix program for 3 months now, and I bought the 30-day package, just like most of us, along with my sister. And I did the 2 shakes, cleanse days with detoxing, and all the regimen that was recommended. But I had some cheat days because it was during the holidays. So, but even with those ups and downs, I did manage to lose about 20 pounds. And as you can see from the picture, my posture got better, my belly went in, and like most of all, I think I just feel great. I have more energy. I feel stronger. I cycle all the time, and I feel like I could push myself a little more. And the best thing is I don't have to buy new clothes. Right now, I added some other stuff. I do, essential vitamins. I also do e-shots for days that I'm out on the road riding my bicycle. My sister also added some joint support. She has a chronic shoulder pain, and she did a hip labral tear surgery. So those things are definitely helping with her also. The products work, definitely. I am a firm believer, and I'll definitely put my, Integra on the line for that one. It's part of my daily routine. Right now, instead of doing the regular regimen, I also switched over to just doing some intermittent fasting. So I cleanse every day in the morning with the cleanse mix. And then I do obviously meal shakes throughout the day with e-shots and vitamins. I highly recommend it for anybody, everybody who's looking to change their nutritional plan and just wanting to feel better, because I think it's not just for people who are excessively overweight, but I think even just a normal guy like me could use some boost, definitely.
Thank you, Sinch. Appreciate you sharing. I got a few more stories here. Then we're going to go to a couple last ones here. But I got people on the phone don't have their before and after pictures. But Sandy Lawson in St. Louis, Missouri area. Sandy, tell us your story real quick.
Hi. I was getting older. I was gaining weight. I couldn't lose it. And Chuck told me about Isagenix, and I was desperate, and I tried it. And our whole family has fallen in love with it. I've lost over 25 pounds. But this is what's really cool. I've lost 29.5 inches, but 14 of those inches were in the areas where you accumulate the visceral fat. And so I was really excited about that. My daughter's lost 18 pounds. She's down to her high school weight. She has 3 kids. She's thinner than she's been since high school. My son-in-law's lost 20 pounds. My other son's lost 26 pounds. My husband's lost 36 pounds. And he used the performance products to get him through a 4-hour black belt test. He got his black belt at 66 years of age. And when we first started, it was like, how long do we have to do this for? And now our whole family we're Isagenix for life.
Thank you, Sandy.
And my other son's starting.
That's awesome. It's a family affair here. It's Isagenix for life. Let's go to Mark Levesque out in Lake St. Louis, Missouri. Mark?
Thank you, Chuck. I'm pleased to say that Isagenix has been a really good addition to our family. My wife has lost the weight she needed to take off. And then I've lost over 20 pounds, about 23 pounds. And I keep losing a pound or 2 a month. I've been able to keep the weight off for a long time now. But the coolest thing is that the added nutrition to my body has literally healed a football injury I had in college. I damaged my left shoulder playing football, and I've been in pain for 40 years. And after starting Isagenix and getting on the Cleanse for Life and the shakes, that pain has completely gone away. So that's, for me, the most exciting thing, is to be pain-free. Back to you, Chuck.
Thank you, Mark. And let's go to Don Wortham of Fallon, Missouri. Don, let's hear your story.
Yeah, my story started some 5 years ago, and it won't be too long. But 5 years ago, I started using the product the way I wanted to use the product. And I was working out in the gym, and needless to say, I didn't really obtain any ideal weight or anything like that. But about a year ago, and that's when I got in the Isagenix business with you, Chuck, I began to use the product the recommended way, and I lost 35 pounds. And I'm off my blood pressure medication, and I had to buy some new clothes, but it's been great. I still do the 2 shakes a day and a meal in the evening, and mostly because it saves me money, it saves me time. And I do take some of the performance products as well during my workouts, mostly the NOx, the NOx, and I do take the amino acids.
Thank you, Don. You're looking great. Don is one of the singers in our choir at church, and Diane and I didn't even recognize him one week because he looked so much thinner than he did. This is one of my favorite stories right here. A new friend, the sister of our mentor, Herb Cepeda, Patty Cepeda. Let's see if I need to unmute yourself. Josie. Josie, please tell us your story. This is amazing, ladies and gentlemen. Listen up.
Thank you, Chuck. Excited to be here, and thank you for asking me. Well, I identified with so many of the stories that were told tonight in each area, for sure. I found myself at the age of 50 in 2007 at hopeless, no energy, couldn't do anything, couldn't go to the store to find anything to fit in because I was a very tight 22. And I felt that I was going to have to be that way for the rest of my life. I had given up, spandex, a blingy hat, I could make it look good. Well, my brother started calling me in 2007, and he kept telling me he was concerned about me. Said he found something that he thought would help me because for the very first time, someone said it so I heard it. He said, because of my extreme obesity, that he was scared that I was going to leave a lot sooner than he wanted me to. He didn't want to be the last man standing. And he was really diligent. He kept calling. He was relentless. He called. And finally, I was like, you know what? You hurt my feelings already. You told me I was obese. I never heard this. Just send me whatever it is you're going to send me. I'll give you my credit card number. just leave me at peace right now. I work really hard. I'm a single parent. I really don't have time for this. And, well, here's the joy, guys. Here's the joy. The stuff started coming in. I didn't pay attention to what he really told me. I kept taking those boxes and putting them in underneath my bed until finally I couldn't fit another box underneath there. And then I decided that, well, maybe I should look at what's in here. I opened up the box and I started looking at all the information in there. And the pamphlet had these transformations, and these people look beautiful. They look happy. They had smiles, things that I didn't have in my life at the time. But I decided that, number one, I had already went way past my 30-day money-back guarantee, so I was going to eat this food. So I started eating it, because one of the things he told me is all I want you to do is commit to eating 2 shakes per day. So I started eating it. And then weight started dropping off. Weight started dropping off. Weight started dropping off. I couldn't believe it, because I had tried everything and failed at everything. And here's something that I wasn't really doing very much different in my life. And it was melting away this fat. It was melting away. And I went past 50. I went past 75. I went past 100. And then I leveled out on 112. And I got to tell you, Isagenix has impacted my life in so many ways, in every area. It has touched everything. I never imagined that a shake would do this much for me. And that's pretty much my story. All I want to say, one more thing, is that was a decade ago, guys. A decade ago, I lost 112 pounds, and I've been able to maintain it. I haven't found it. It's out there somewhere, but as long as it's somewhere else and not with me, I'm good. Thanks, Jack.
Josie, really appreciate you joining us tonight. Thank you so much. Our last testimony for the evening is this man on the left here, Steve Cunningham. Steve, tell us your story.
Hey, Chuck. Thanks for having me on. I live here in the Los Angeles area, and I've been on the Isagenix products for a while now. But my first month, I lost 13 pounds. And my second month, I lost another 6 pounds. And, long story short, if that wasn't good enough, what was even better for me personally is I had more energy. I just felt better all the way around. And, I've fallen in love with the products, where the majority of my grocery shopping, now comes from Isagenix. And it's just, I love the shakes. I eat the bars. I work on the road, so I eat, a bar or 2 a day. I have 2 shakes a day. And then, I have dinner, and that's kind of my program. Chuck, also, something else I got really excited about is not too long ago, the company came out with a brand new app for customers, Isagenix customers. And I got on the app, I plugged in. So with the app, I track the food I eat, I track, some of my exercise. And with that, this free app that the company came out with, called IsaLife app, it keeps me accountable to my food program. It also allows me to make better choices when I'm out on the road working. When I say better choices, there's no way that I'm gonna stop and get a hamburger for 985 calories and punch that into my app, right? I'll just, I'll do the El Pollo Loco, get the double avocado salad for 280 calories, or have another bar. So I'm just excited. It's one of the best decisions I've ever made to really plug into this Isagenix, system and just follow it. I'm excited about it.
Well, thank you very much, Steve. I want to thank all of our guest speakers tonight. If you're a guest online, tonight's call was primarily to give you a flavor. Does the Isagenix products work? And I think it's a resounding yes. All of us that have experienced this and seen our friends and family experience it, we know beyond a shadow of a doubt, when you've experienced something, it's there. And those are personal, real testimonies. So I want to thank all of our speakers tonight, and I want to thank our guests for joining us. If you did get this recording, please get back with the person who invited you. They will help set up your account. They'll help you pick the pack that's best for you. And then from there, you can start to experience the joy of Isagenix also. By the way, the satisfaction is guaranteed with Isagenix. So please get back with the person who invites you and enjoy the rest of your evening or day whenever it is you're watching this. Thank you very much.